And finally, news out of Eugene, Oregon says Phil Knight ain't trying to go out like Jerry Jones. Phil Knight, for those of you who don't know and who've been under a rock, is Mr. Nike, making Oregon Nike University, or as I like to call them, Duckzilla. They're going to the Big Ten this year. They're going to be a national title contender. They got a big game with Ohio State this year that will determine potentially whether they get into the playoff or not. Phil Knight's 86 years old. Phil Knight wants to see Oregon win a championship. So he has declared the Oregon Ducks have unlimited funds, unlimited NIL. Make it happen. See, now this is the panic and hysteria that everybody thought was going to happen when NIL came to be. Now, how do you feel about that? Right? I just got done talking about AFC, NFC, right? You know, you got schools like Ohio State, Michigan, Alabama, that are going to try to go dollar for dollar to get some of these kids. Now, with that being said, Oregon doesn't have location on its side. I don't think kids today care about history per se. Like, you know, nobody's going to Nebraska because of Tommy Frazier. Kids today forgot about Tim Tebow already. So what's to stop Oregon from building a juggernaut? Now, 12-team playoff. So it's going to be a little harder to win the national title because instead of just beating Michigan, maybe having to beat Georgia, you know, depending on your path, you might have to beat, say, Notre Dame, Ole Miss, Utah, and Alabama or Georgia. So will the unlimited NIL be enough? I'm here to find out. Now, granted, obviously, I've been on record. I support the kids getting NIL. They should have been getting paid, so we didn't even have to get to this point. That's the problem that people are missing. They're upset that these kids are getting paid. They think it's going to ruin the sport, when if you would have broke the kids off a little something in the first place, maybe it wouldn't even look like this. But here we are. You know, are we going to get to the point of salary caps? We've been talking about, are these guys going to be employees before the end of this decade? These questions are not only on the table, the answers may be imminent, especially with Phil Knight playing the role of the great $1 million man, Ted DiBiase, out here in Eugene. Because the moment that he has success, even if Oregon doesn't win a national title, say they get to the semifinals of the 12-team playoff, eyebrows in Columbus, Tallahassee, Gainesville, going to be perked up. And oh, don't forget, Trojangelis, aka USC, in your own conference. What is college football going to turn into? Is it going to turn into the thing that a lot of people feared? Is it going to turn you off? Are you going to turn it off? Let me know in the comments. Like, review, subscribe. 25 out.